how's it going? It's me, Megan, and I am back with another video. If you guys are new to my channel, I'm a full-time reseller on Poshmark and a few other platforms, but mostly Poshmark. And here on YouTube, I like to make reseller content. I'll do sold videos, I'll do unboxings, I'll do all that good stuff. So if that is something you guys are interested in, please make sure to like and subscribe, and that way you'll never miss one of my videos. So in today's video, I'm going to be going over the sales from this last week. I finally caught up with my What Sold Sunday videos, and I'm back to going through them week by week. So this will be going over, what was it, like the last half of February, the first half of March week-wise. So February 26th through March 4th, which was yesterday. And I had some really good sales days and I had some not so great sales days, which is fine. It happens, especially near the beginning of each month. It's always a little bit hit or miss. Usually the end of the month, I don't have great sales, but then the beginning of the month, it kind of comes back. So yeah, not too disappointed, but I'm just gonna get into what's sold. So last Sunday on February 26th, I had 6 sales, which was great. I sold this Billabong black sweater. If you've been watching my What Sold Sunday videos for a little bit now, you probably have heard that I've been selling a lot of Billabong, O'Neill, brands like that. My sister-in-law gave me a bunch of donations at the end of last year of stuff she was getting rid of, and I've been selling through it. Billabong's a really good bread and butter brand for me. It just does really well. This was a really cute sweater. Ended up selling for $12 on Poshmark, and after fees, I made $9.05. Then I sold this Winnie the Pooh pajama set. I got this in a THREDUP fun box a long time ago, probably earlier last year, and it's just kind of been sitting. I know the photo that I took of it wasn't great. It kind of made it look like it was a kid set, but it was an adult set. But it was really cute. It finally sold. It sold for $22, and after fees I made $15.58. Then I had a great sale. I sold this new tag self-portrait faux suede pants. I actually bought these on Poshmark when, maybe a year ago, when Poshmark gave me credit because I won some daily thing that they had. So I was like, okay, I'll use it for inventory. So technically I didn't spend any money on these, but I think they were only like $5. I found this really cool closet that had some really nice brands for like $5 an item, but that closet apparently doesn't exist anymore, or they upped their prices. I'm not sure. But these actually have been sitting for a long time. I thought they were really cool, really cute, really unique. Self-Portrait is a very expensive, pretty sought after brand. But they did finally end up selling. They sold for $116, and after fees I made $90.78. Then I sold this Free People vegan leather mini skirt. I got this really recently at a local Goodwill, so I spent about $7 on it. I know skirts don't always sell the best, but I do like to pick them up, and I've sold this style of Free People skirt at least a couple of times now. They make it in brown, black, denim, so I figured this would be a pretty quick sale, and skirts are probably one of the more cheaply priced things at my Goodwill, since everything is all skirts are one price, all jeans are one price, all dresses are one price. So I do peruse the skirts from every now and again, and it sold really quickly, so that's great. It ended up selling for $34 on Poshmark, and after fees I made $25.18. Then I sold this new tag Calvin Klein short sleeve. This was from a flip lot, not really something I would pick up to resell. I don't do well with Calvin Klein. And I didn't really find the shirt to be that trendy, but since it was in a flip lot, I decided to sell it. And a lot of my flip lots, I'm about ready to send them back because the items that haven't sold, I'm about to send back to a lot of them because I've had them for, so long, so many days. But I decided to sell this one when someone offered me $6. I decided to accept. After fees on Poshmark I made $3.05, and then after flip consignment fees I only made 5 cents. And that's when I was kind of on the fence about whether I should just sell it or send it back to the person. But I'm like, it's not gonna, cost me any more money to sell this item and get it shipped out. I'm just putting it in one of the free mailing envelopes, and I'm going to the post office anyway. Why not make the person $3 and whatever, I'll take the 5 cents, because it's either I make 5 cents on the item or I send it back to the person and I make nothing. So this way at least they made $3. And then the last thing I sold on Sunday was this Stella & Dot rose gold bracelet. Sold for $20, and after fees I made $13.98, and I got that in a jewelry box I got from THREDUP sometime last year. I just really wanted to try it out, and there's a few good pieces in it, but nothing like outstanding. I wanted to try it out because a lot of times in the fun boxes I'd get amazing jewelry that would sell really well, but then in the jewelry box it wasn't that great, so I don't know. I probably wouldn't get it again. All right, and then Monday the 27th, I had 2 sales. I sold these Corky's platform sandals. These I've also had for a while, probably about a year now. I got these back when I was living in Portland. I've had kind of like good and bad luck with Corky's. I know some people say it sells really well, and I have sold some pairs for a good amount of money, but these did sit and they finally sold. They only sold for $30, and after fees I made $24. And then the other thing I sold on Monday were these new Tag Prana swim trunks. I got these recently at the bins. I actually found 2 pairs of men's Prana shorts. One was new Tag and one wasn't. They were both a 2XL. They were like different from each other, different styles. But I think they both ended up selling for $20 each, which I'm happy with. I get it at the bins. It's a quick flip. Prana is also like pretty hit or miss for me, so it ended up selling for $20, and after fees I made $16. And then Tuesday, I didn't have any sales, which was kind of disappointing, especially because I had such a good day on Sunday, but it happens, no sale days happen. And then Wednesday, the 1st, I had 1 sale. I sold these vintage 80s Nike Aqua shoes. I got these at a local thrift store sometime late last year. I kind of just saw them and I thought they were really unique and interesting. They only wanted, I think, $4 for them, so I like did a quick Google image search, and it seemed like they were selling, you know, in the $50+ range, so I decided to pick them up and sell them. They did take a while to sell, but they ended up selling for $65, and then after fees I made $52. Then Thursday the 2nd, I had 3 sales. Sold another skirt. This one was a Paige denim mini skirt. I was actually surprised this sold so quickly, and for what I had it listed at, which was $45, because I don't really have the best of luck with Paige, and you know, it being a brand I don't have great luck with, and it being a skirt, you know, I didn't know how well it was gonna go. I had picked it up from the bins just because it was at the bins, why not? It's a pretty expensive brand to begin with, and it was still a cute and trendy piece. But yeah, I didn't know. I thought I'd be sitting on this for a while and probably sell it for like less than $20, but it did end up selling for $45, and after fees I made $36. And then I sold another skirt. People are getting into skirts for spring, I imagine. It was this Anne Klein plaid midi skirt. I think this might have been vintage. Just kind of like a basic skirt. I got this, I want to say, in a bulk box, and I was gonna probably get rid of it, honestly, but I think it was getting like kind of good attention on Deopop, so I was just kind of waiting it out. But it ended up selling on Poshmark. It sold for $24, and after fees I made $17.18. And then the last thing I sold on Thursday were these SHEIN butterfly print jeans. I got these at the bins. I like to save SHEIN from the bins as much as I can, but it's never really gonna get you much. It is not very expensive to begin with, though their denim is pretty decent, and I do think it has a little bit of a following. It doesn't feel like cheap denim, like Forever 21 denim feels like really stretchy and cheap. So sometimes I pick it up. If I think it's a very cute and trendy thing that somebody will still want to pay for, I'll pick it up. But these only ended up selling for $10, and then after fees I made $7.05. And then Friday the 3rd, I had 3 sales. I sold this new Tag Petal and Pup satin dress. I'd never heard of this brand, but I saw it at the bins. It was a really cute, you know, modern, trendy one-shoulder dress. Great color. I was hoping to get a little bit more for it, but when I did that 30% off thing last week that I was talking about, I offered this person $35 with a discount, and I think they just didn't see it, so then they offered me $35 again, and even though I wanted to sell it for a little bit more, I'm like, it's only fair that I accept that price since I'd already offered it to them. So it ended up selling for $35, and after fees I made $28. I do think that dress was like originally $80. I wouldn't say it was like the most high quality dress. It's kind of like some of those brands, like Show Me or Moo or something that can be really expensive to begin with, but then the quality just isn't there. But I am glad it sold. It was a really cute dress. Then I sold these Madewell Mule sandals. This came from that Madewell and J. Crew mystery box that I got late last year. And I've been doing pretty well with it. I've definitely already profited from it. Probably like maybe like $30 profit maybe so far. Before I sold these shoes, I can't remember. But I've sold either 4 or 5 pairs of shoes from that box so far, so I have 5 or 6 pairs left. But these ended up selling for $59, and after fees I made $47.20. And the last thing I sold on Friday was on Depop. It was these Sam Edelman slides. These were so cute. I actually got these at the bins like last year in Portland, and they got a lot of attention, but they never sold. So I'm glad they sold now. They have these cute little shells on them. Really perfect for the summer, for a vacation. Really unique. I hadn't seen anything kind of like that before. And since I got them at the bins in Portland, they went with my weight, so they were by the pound, so they were like probably like $1 or something. They ended up selling for $40.50 on Depop, and after fees I made $34.09. And then yesterday, Saturday the 4th, was probably my best sales day. I had 7 sales, which was great. I started the day pretty slow. I didn't think I was gonna have like any sales, and then they kind of started at like in the afternoon at some point, and I was just so happy. The first thing I sold were these Lululemon Speed Up Tights. I got these at a local Goodwill pretty recently, so I probably spent like $10 on them. They were a newer style of leggings, and they were full length / 7/8 length, which if I'm gonna pick Lululemon leggings up at like Goodwill and I'm spending like $10 on them, I want to make sure they're a newer style and something that will sell pretty fast and for a good price. If it's at the bins, I'll pick it up no matter what, but at a Goodwill, I want to be a little bit more, you know, specific about what I'm picking up by Lululemon. But these actually ended up selling for $60, which I was also surprised about. I think that might have been what I had them listed at. And after fees, I made $48. Then I sold this Skunk Funk red dress. Skunk Funk is the brand. I picked this up in Portland at a Goodwill 2 or more years ago at this point. The brand seemed like it was doing well, like comps wise, but it wasn't like the cutest dress. Anyway, it finally ended up selling. It sold for $14, and after fees I made $11.05. And I definitely wouldn't pick that brand up again at a Goodwill. Maybe if I saw it out of bins, I'd try it out again, but I still don't know very much about that brand. I'd love to know if you guys have sold it before. But yeah, definitely sat on that for a long time. Then I had another really good sale. I sold these Everlane leather slides. I actually have them sitting right down here. I got these at the bins most recently. I just went last week. And they sold really quick, which was great. When I saw them, they had something like on them that I thought like maybe the leather had peeled off, but really it was just like something crusty on the shoe, which was gross, but it came off. And yeah, they're in really good condition. I love to sell Everlane shoes. They've done well for me in the past. They're doing well for me now. I sold, I think this is my 3rd or 4th time I've sold their shoes, and they always do pretty well. Since I got them at the bins over here, the shoes are individually priced. They're not like pay by the pound with everything else. So they cost $3.05. They ended up selling for $54, and after fees I made $41.18. Then I sold this Nuitag Anthro flat white mini dress. I found this at a local Goodwill, so again, about $10. I don't think I saw that it was Nuitags when I got it. Maybe I did. But it just said flat white as the brand, and I don't know, I didn't think Anthro when I saw it, but it was a cute dress, and I looked it up and it was Anthropologie, and then I think when I saw the tag and it said Anthro on it, I was like, oh, nice. Nuitag Anthro dress is a pretty good find. Didn't seem too saturated in the market if I can remember. Found a really cute model photo for it, and again, just a really good spring and summer piece, and I've never heard of flat white. So I didn't know it was an Anthro brand, so now when I see it out, I might, you know, pick it up, especially if it's like at the bins or something, knowing that it's Anthropologie. but it ended up selling for $44, and after fees I made $35.20. Then I sold this Royal Robin cowl neck midi dress. I got this at the bins. Royal Robins, I know it makes like decently high quality things, I want to say. I think it's kind of like Title IX in brands like that, but it was just like a really basic brown dress. I thought it would do a little bit better, but I don't think it was getting very much attention. But someone offered me $22 and I decided to accept, and after fees I made $17.60, and I picked that up at the bins. Then I sold these New Tag American Eagle Festival Flare jeans. I picked these up at a local Goodwill, so I did spend $10 on them, which is pretty unlike me when it comes to American Eagle jeans. I don't normally pick them up at a Goodwill. I'll pick them up at the bins if I think they're a cute style, but they do tend to be pretty saturated in the market. But since these were New Tag, they're flare, which is very trendy. They're definitely a newer style. They were a really great size. I think they were a size 12. I decided to pick them up. I knew I'd get between $40 and $50 for them, which if I'm spending $10 on something is kind of the range at the lowest that I'm looking to sell things for. So it ended up selling for $40. Someone offered me $40 and I accepted, and after fees I made $32. And yeah, I knew they were going to sell again between $40 and $50, but I also knew they were going to be a quick flip, and they were, which was great. Then the last thing I sold on Saturday was this Kiss graphic t-shirt. I saw this again recently at the bins. I will pick up graphic t-shirts at the bins mostly. I do mention this a lot, but I don't really look at them at Goodwill. They're usually overpriced and like picked over, so there's not really anything good for the most part that I find. But at the bins, you know, it's cheap. If it's cute, I'll pick it up. I really liked this graphic t-shirt. I was considering keeping it for myself like I do most graphic t-shirts. But I figured I probably wouldn't wear it. I don't listen to this brand. I don't listen to this band and I don't know anything about them. So I thought I would just sell it, and it actually sold the same day I listed it. I had it listed I think for $16, not very much. Someone offered me $12 on Mercari and I decided to accept, and after fees I made $9.95. So yeah, those were my sales this week. I've been doing really great with sales on the weekends, which, you know, super positive. I love that. I'm hoping to get more like sales every day. At probably like my best in February, I was having like 3 or 4 sales a day, and I'd love to try and get back to that. So I think I just need to be better about listing things. I need to be better about getting inventory more regularly. That's something I struggled with in February. But yeah, so my gross total for this week was $784.50. And then after fees of $173.38, my net was $611.12. So not too bad. I'm glad to start the month off that way. Definitely could have been worse. Really glad that I had those 2 sale days that pretty much I made almost $200 on yesterday and then last Sunday. So that's great. Hopefully I have another great sales day today. I think I sold 1 thing, but that's fine. Hopefully it'll pick up by the end of the day. And yeah, I'd love to know how your sales days are going. Do you feel like it's slow? Do you feel like it's picking up? March has historically been a pretty good month for sales for me, so I definitely want to make sure I'm taking advantage of that. Again, getting inventory, making sure I'm listing new stuff every day and also relisting my old stuff. Just keeping things, you know, new and fresh. And yeah, I hope you guys have a great time sourcing and selling this week, and I will see you guys all in my next video. Bye!